Alrighty, what is up everybody, and welcome back to Destiny 2, and another news video on Beyond Light. Today we have information on Season of the Hunt, the Bungie Vidoc, and the new seasonal calendar. Up there you can see the seasonal art for this season, and yeah, we're just gonna jump straight into it. So we have the Vidoc here, where they look at Beyond Light Season of the Hunt, which is the next season. And then we have all this, which kind of gives you the narrow down of the calendar. Again, I will link this site in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. And also mentions how all of the seasonal stuff will be available throughout year 4, so you can play Season of the Hunt stuff in Season 13, 14, and 15. So, again, sorry I'm kind of like speeding through this. I've already recorded this video 3 times, but somehow it messes up. But yeah. So let's jump into it with the calendar here. So we have all this stuff. So on November 10th, we have the seasonal artifact unlocking and Empire hunts, which I assume are like nightmare hunts, sorta. And the Glassway strike, which is the new strike, and that I hope it's a long and fun strike. Maybe not as long as Scarlet Keep, but definitely like in the same element as it. And then we have Europa, Uncover Europa's Secrets from 11/10 to January 12th. So we're going to get stuff like this in between. And Season of the Hunt runs from November to February, so what we suspected is confirmed, sort of. The seasonal calendar is going to be all sorts of messed up. So it seems like, or maybe. So, like, this runs from November to February, so the next season will probably be running from, like, March to June, March to May, probably. And then the season after that will be, like, June to August or September, and then September to Witch Queen. But, yeah, that's just me speculating. But what is coming with Beyond Light? Well, we have the campaign and Stasis, all the Stasis stuff like Titan Behemoth, Warlock Shadebinder, and Hunter Revenant, and Salvation's Grip exotic grenade launcher quest. So Salvation's Grip is not the raid exotic. It is a quest. It is like the Deathbringer. It's like a quest that unlocks after you finish the campaign, probably. Free for all players, we have Europa, the new Cosmodrome origin story experience, new seasonal armor and exotic weapon, and new strike added to the playlist, new lost sectors, 100 plus season ranks, new artifact mods, new triumphs, shaders, emblems, Iron Banner, and the Dawning. But so 3 days after that, on Friday, we get adept weapons added to trials. So have fun, all you trials players. I certainly will not be doing that. But the week after that, we get the seasonal mission and the Wrathborn hunts, which is interesting. I don't know what the Wrathborn hunts are, but they seem pretty cool. It sounds interesting, and it takes place on the Dreaming City, so cool. Raid opens and the deep stone crypt. So that's awesome. We do see there's some interesting stuff about all this that I'm gonna break down in the Vidoc, like the new strike, the Will of Crota. It's not called the Will of Crota, oddly, and we do see some glimpses of the Deep Stone Crypt raid. But yeah, so and then we have Iron Banner on the 8th of December, and then the 15th of December through the 5th of January, we have the Dawning and more. So I have a feeling Beyond Light's it's gonna be a really big expansion, and I really, really hope it is well received. But anyway, let's hop straight into the Vidoc. So, let's get started. Sorry I have it muted. Like I've said in my videos, the recording device I have does not really work that well with recording videos. So again, top link in the description. Go hit that and watch that before you do. Okay. Alright, so I'll let this play out a little bit here. again, sorry you can't hear anything. I'm just breaking down the shots and some things that they say. So interesting right here. This is aboard the pyramid ship. I assume we're gonna check that place out. Yeah, because there's the statue that we've seen a million times at this point. Um, really cool scene. So they talk about how year 4 is mostly about who, like, not really sort of picking sides and deciding what is right and what is wrong, sort of, or who was right and who wasn't, as they put it. We have this awesome cutscene right here, where Stranger and Drifter and Eris, so Forged in Storm. First interesting thing comes right here, where we have this weird thing right there, just kind of like flash going into snow. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a ship. It's pretty crazy if it is. They say this is about the people reacting to the planets disappearing, which is interesting. So that means that the destinations that are disappearing, definitely there's some story elements to why they are, which is very interesting. We get an extended shot of that scene where the ex-stranger pops up, and she is interested in stealing that shard of darkness in there from Vidoc. And Luke says the stranger does have a lot of time to explain, so we see Europa with Bo right there, and we see them talking to the stranger. The exo stranger knows that we're coming because she says, "There's our guardian right on time. There's her fish." And our guardian talks again, say, "Why did the darkness invite us here?" And they talk about Europa and how it works and how it's really a big and beautiful destination. We get some interesting images right there with the Fallen kind of wandering around and the Deep Stone Crypt. Really creepy place, it looks like. Again, just more weird Deep Stone Crypt stuff. They say they're excited for us to discover, so Europa is definitely more discovering. There is the raid, and it seems like that was some of the raid armor. So yeah, some of this was the raid armor, and that just looks dope. Interesting. There's 2 Titans there. There's like 3 Titans. It's really odd. But yeah, we see them all drop down. That's really cool. More discussing Europa, the weather, which they talked about in the previous Vidoc. They say they wanted to do it for a long time, which is really interesting. And then they talk a little bit about Aramis. We get some extended shots of her. She seems like a really cool antagonist that I can't wait to interact with, hopefully, throughout the campaign. We see some extended shots here of that cutscene we saw earlier. It's probably like the opening cutscene. Really interesting shot is, so she freezes that servitor, and then she like smashes it to pieces, which is crazy. So it seems like they really are done with machines and servitors. Again, we get some more info on stasis if we ever needed more. Really, I don't know what they're doing, but okay, this is a interesting shot where the background switches from light to dark as soon as it changes, so that's cool. We have the Season of the Hunt symbol right there, so it is the Aldrin symbol, and so that seems to be the Season of the Hunt weapons. And they're wearing the Europa armor, and they are 1268 power. So yeah, the Revenant. Seems like they have a different dodge, but that probably makes sense. More interesting shots of stasis there, just them kind of like toying around with it, like freezing. There's that harpy with legs, and there's some alpha early concepts of stasis, so that's pretty cool. And you see more how like when you shoot it, it shatters, and just yeah, a little bit more about how stasis works. So yeah, again, like Europa looks absolutely amazing, which I'm very very happy about. And stasis, they say the stasis is just they talk about aspects and fragments. We get a little glimpse of one. Shoot, I don't know if I can catch that. No, I don't think I can. But there's the freezing well again we see, and that's very, very powerful. We have Whisper of Hadrons. We've seen that before. Then we have Whisper of Fisheries. Increases the damage and size of the burst of stasis crystals when you destroy stasis crystals or defeat a frozen target. Oh, okay. So, stasis looks like it's going to be a very fun thing to use, which I'm happy about because I want it to be fun. There's interesting how they talk about the sounds they make, is they just kind of like go around and just make whatever they want with stuff around the house, which is really really cool. Little teases of exotics we already saw, like No Time to Explain, and the Lament, the chainsaw sword. They even say it, so it is a chainsaw sword. So No Time to Explain, again, fires a perfect portal. And they say if you get the Warlock thing that shoots for you as well, you can have like the little duo, have like your own army. And they show off a interesting little emote there in a sec. Yeah, they're like tallying. That's a really funny. That's funny. The Lament, like they said, it's the chainsaw sword. So you like rev it up and then you shred through barriers, which is really cool. First, a heavy weapon that actually damages barrier champions, which is cool. And then they talk about the exotics. Okay, so we know how the exotics work. So it tells how like so interesting right here. They say how the poison of the warlock just spreads like when you like after like so over and over and over again. So that's really crazy. So the disgrace. The disgraced is the new strike. It's not called the Will of Crota. It's the disgrace because here's defeat Navota. So it seems like they're it's not really the same strike. It's just kind of like changed up, but you can see it's in the same area, and like the thralls start to just wipe out. So that's really interesting. That the strike thing is really interesting. And Cosmodrome stuff now. So we've got the wall here, and we can see the map in a second. This is a really I don't think we've seen this area before, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that before, but it's a really interesting area. Yeah, that's like, oh my god, yeah, this is a really cool area. This is definitely part of the campaign. So I again, like, when Beyond Light comes out, as soon as I can get on, I'm going to be doing this first, and then at about 3 o'clock, I'll be hopping into Beyond Light, hopefully. But we have Drexus 5, the Taskmaster, I think that says. So it's got a little buddy servitor. All right, so here is the Cosmodrome map. So we have the steps, which is where Shawhan is going to be, and there's the colony ship, and it's Cosmodrome. It's kind of It's kind of bare, if I'm being honest, but maybe this is just early concepts, but, you know, I can understand. But, yeah, still so happy about the Cosmodrome coming back. There's the Strike, and then there will also be the Devil's Lair and the Fallen Saber. Because I believe the grottos are right over here. Because, remember, there's places that aren't in, that aren't exactly in the first Cosmodrome that's going to show up. You have to wait until season 13 to get the Cosmodrome from year 1. But yeah, we have the Moth Yards, we have Skywatch, so you can land a Sky. Recommended power 1050. Oh, okay, great. So Cosmodrome is going to be a toughy spot. So Vendetta, so there's one of the missions, so follow the trail. So interesting. And then there's Shawhan, which Luke Smith jokes about, who he has 2 names from the Fast and Furious, which is very, very hilarious. Strimson, I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing it, and they say find Maeve. Yeah. And, yeah, so it's just a regular guy. So, yeah, he's got Cosmodrome bounties, and there he is on the Cosmodrome. And, more stuff, in that really cool area that I have no idea where. Okay, so Season of the Hunt time. It says it picks up where Arrivals left off. And it is about Shivu O'Wrath, which is Savathun's sister and Oryx's sister. So it's the 3rd player. It's the 3rd Hive pack. So we could see her and Savathun team up. And we're going to be working with Osiris and another character who's going to pop up. This is a weird area. I don't know what this is. There's like a quest thing right there. I think this is in the tower, but like I don't really know where this is, but I'm sure we'll find out. But we speak to Osiris. This is on the moon, so this seems to be like the first mission. And so basically Shivu is corrupting Elixni and Hive, but look who it is. It's Princey Pooh. Interesting sword there. And he doesn't remember what he did, which is really interesting. I still hate him though. But it's about her Shivu O'Wrath's corruption, and we meet with the spider, so the spider's probably going to be a player. We see these things, these weird, I forget what they're called, but these are going to be like the sources of the hunts. So I don't know if they're like, what are they called again? Wrathborn hunts. So I don't know if they're just like I don't know if this is like a 6-player activity or if they're just like nightmare hunts again, but who knows? So again, we have more just general stuff, so this does seem like an event. Definitely not another public event, so yay. So basically they say they're excited about fleshing out Savathun's story, and then they say how she's kind of like setting up dominoes, and when Witch Queen comes out, she's gonna knock them all down, so that's really interesting. And then they get into the stretch about how they're taking Destiny and how they're approaching it. There looks like some of the new raid armor, but then again, why are there 2 Titans? Bungie, you just gotta leave out the Titans all the time. More stuff with Stasis. Nothing really, just, you know, kind of closing this place out. So yeah, this is like, I am so hyped. So there's one thing I forgot to mention, and I actually missed it. I'm gonna try and find it because I'm not quite sure where it is. But there was a very interesting shot. Okay, right there. That is Zavala and Osiris, not just Zavala, but Zavala and Osiris with Cabal. Now, I know there's rumors that the Cabal are going to ally with us, but that would just be crazy. And I believe that's a pyramid right there in the background. So it seems like, and like they have it up on a table, so that's really interesting. So it looks like the season, like, is going to close out with something happening to those planets. But yeah, that's all I got for you today, guys. I really hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If I always tune in this Thursday for the TWAB, but and on November 10th, check out my stream on the New Light origin story and Beyond Light. But until then, I want to thank you guys very, very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.